This episode of ETC is brought to you by Watchable. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
Hey, put down that banana. Put it down right now. Don't even put it anywhere close to your mouth. What are you trying to do? Give me a boner?
Yeah.
Shame on you. Shame. Shame upon your family and your
Yes.
ancestors. That was my impression of the Chinese government, who just banned bananas for being the sexiest fruit around.
They are phallic.
Well, specifically, what China has banned is eating bananas in an erotic manner on internet live streams. Because this is apparently such a big problem that it needs to be publicly addressed by a world government.
They were slipping by for so long. They're sneaky tactics. Now, while China is becoming increasingly open and Western and internet connected, and increasingly resembles its high-tech modern neighbors in Japan and Korea, government censorship is still a fact of life for the 1.3 billion people living in China. Chinese censorship is mainly concerned with controlling the flow of news information and making sure that the Chinese government doesn't look bad. But it also involves making sure people in China can't access porn.
Put it down.
Yes.
Yeah, the People's Republic of China has banned pornography since the country first came to existence back in 1949. And with the advent of the internet, they've had to step their censorship game up way into overdrive because the internet is at least 1/3 porn.
Yeah.
Some say 1/2. Still, the best that China or any government can ever really manage with this sort of impossible task is a skilled game of whack-a-mole. Or whack-em-off.
Whack-em-off.
Whack-a-whack-a.
Well, penises come out and you put a hand over them.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there's new sources for porn popping up just as quickly as they can get rid of them.
And yeah, porn is banned. But how do you define porn aside from the obvious nudity and sex acts? Porn is banned on YouTube and banned on Twitch, but YouTube is full of ASMR whispering and videos showing how to check your boobs for cancer, and Twitch is full of streams where gameplay takes a backseat to cleavage. You've jacked off to all of them, and everyone knows it.
Yeah, everyone knows what
Shame,
you're looking at.
shame.
Shame. So, of course, on Chinese live streaming sites like YY.com, Zhangqi TV, Panda.tv, Douyu, and so on,
I've written them all down.
there isn't any porn
Oh, fuck.
because that would be illegal.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of attractive young women just sitting in the rooms talking into their webcams for tokens or jewels or whatever the tipping system is. And a
Give me
lot
the
of-
jewels.
A lot of them have found that eating bananas on stream is good for business.
Yeah.
And it's not just because bananas are a healthy snack rich in potassium and vitamin B6.
No, it's not that at all. It's because they look like dicks, aka penises. And when girls eat bananas real slow, one could argue that maybe it looks like they're sucking on a dick. Maybe. And when you live in a country where possession of actual American-style pornography can get you put in prison for 3 years, you learn to use your imagination. I know, it's crazy, right?
You see a banana, you picture it.
Yeah,
So
that could be a penis.
Chinese live streamers who totally aren't cam girls, they've been eating a lot of bananas
They're really healthy, though.
because they're totally not dicks. They're a delicious snack that's rich and healthy, and it's best enjoyed when eaten very slowly and gently with not a lot of teeth. You don't want to use your teeth too much on banana. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Leave the teeth out of it. Use the lips. Be gentle.
All right, cock expert. We only knew it was a matter of time before the cock blockers, or banana blockers, in the Chinese government decided enough is enough. And now, according to Chinese state news agency CCTV, they're cracking down, banning any live streaming of seductively eating bananas in an effort to crack down on inappropriate and erotic online content. They've placed all the major Chinese live streaming sites under investigation and are now requiring those sites to monitor all of their live stream content 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Which is impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Hire an ethics team to sit in a room with 10,000 streams playing on the wall simultaneously while they frantically play Spot the Banana before the government does? It actually is China, so they'll probably do exactly that.
Yeah.
Now, not that the absurdity of all this is lost on the average Chinese internet user. As the BBC reports, users on Chinese social media sites have responded to the news with posts like, well, okay, now they'll just start eating cucumbers.
Yeah.
And if that's no good, they'll switch to yams.
What about the eggplant? Where's the eggplant in all this?
Yeah, where's the peach and the eggplant? Nobody tell them about the eggplant.
Oh man, if the Chinese government found out about peach and eggplant, you're done.
They're gonna make you start wearing like little veils when you eat like sausages and bananas.
Yeah, anything phallic.
Yeah.
Too many phallic
Popsicles,
fruits.
summer's coming up.
Yeah.
Popsicle season. What am I supposed to do?
Not eat a popsicle in public.
Well, actually, none of this applies to men for some reason. But girls, no popsicles for you. Why don't you have a salad?
Yeah, toss a salad.
According to all the stock photos, you love salad.
Toss
Eat
a
one.
salad. It's way less offensive to go around tossing salad than it is to eat a banana. So toss all the salad you want.
Toss salads.
It's healthy, it's fine, and People enjoy it.
Rub some chocolate on your face while you're at it.
Yeah. Moving on, though. Skip the ranch. Go straight for the chocolate sauce. But moving on, let's not forget that the U.S. is pretty damn absurd, too. China banning women from eating bananas on the internet is ridiculous, but so is the fact that one of the people in charge of testing the drugs confiscated by the Massachusetts State Police was getting high as fuck on the job every day for 8 years straight.
Yeah, so Sonia Farrak started working as a chemist for the Massachusetts Department of Health back in 2003, and her job duties were to chemically analyze and identify drug samples brought in by law enforcement and provide expert testimony in court on behalf of the police in drug cases. And labs that do this kind of work, they get pharmaceutical labs to provide them with what are called drug standards. Basically, extremely potent and pure samples of meth, cocaine, LSD, you name it. They use those so they have a control sample to compare to the evidence samples that the police bring them.
So these drug standards, specifically meth, are what Sonia Farrak got herself hooked on starting about a year or so into her job. So she was not only doing meth on the job, a job that is very vital to the criminal justice system, she was doing the purest possible meth that anyone could do. Significantly more pure than virtually anything an addict could find from a dealer. We're talking Heisenberg quality here.
The blue stuff.
Yeah. She later testified that she loved the, quote, positive side effects of the drug. It was, quote, an energy boost that lasted for 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah, she said, I felt amazing. It gave me energy. I felt more alert. It gave me the pep I was looking for.
Little pep in her step.
Yeah. I just love analyzing these drugs and putting these criminals away for years at a time.
Yeah. Man, she looks like she loves her job.
Of course, the thing is about drugs like meth,
Yeah.
your tolerance gradually gets higher and higher. So within a few months, she was taking lab meth multiple times a day. Until 2009, when she nearly used up all of the lab's entire methamphetamine standard.
Whoops.
So she switched to other drugs that the lab had standards of, like cocaine, ketamine, MDMA, and LSD, and hell, she also started skimming from the top of the police submitted samples as well. Let's see what the people on the streets are having.
I mean, to her credit, if you want to be an expert in this field, you gotta try them all.
She was an expert.
If you're a waiter at a really nice restaurant, you have to try every dish so you know what to recommend.
Most restaurants make you try them before they'll even put you out there on the floor.
You have to know all the wines too, so you know what to pair it with. She was just doing her job, in my eyes. So bravo, bravo to her. Although switching from meth to ketamine would be pretty fucking insane.
In the court of Ricky for the win.
Yeah.
We find you innocent.
Not guilty. But all I can think about is her being like, man, this meth is great. Let me try some ketamine. And then just like,
oh shit. Completely different drugs.
Just like a balloon that loses all its air. Anyways,
gotta even things out.
Yeah. So by 2011, she'd used up most of the lab's standards for all those other drugs as well. And the number of police cocaine samples decreased.
Aww.
So she switched to crack, as you do. As you do. And there was a lot more of that. By 2012, she switched from only stealing from samples submitted specifically to her to also stealing from drug samples submitted to her fellow chemists at the lab and manufacturing her own crack cocaine at the lab using lab equipment. She's a genius. I love her. Because by that point, it was her drug of choice and she admitted to smoking 10 to 12 times a day. I need a smoke break. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
Just gotta keep it going.
How did she not look like Sylvester the cat that had just looked into the tailpipe of a car and got his face blown back 24 hours a day?
I have to believe that if you're doing drugs that pure, the side effects aren't nearly as bad.
I guess so, but still, you gotta start looking weird after a while, I would imagine.
I think she eventually did, but...
Yeah. Well, she was definitely walking on sunshine. I'll tell you that much.
It wasn't until 2013, this is 10 years after she started that job, that she was caught. That's when colleagues noticed that some of her samples had just straight up gone missing.
Whoops.
So they decided to search her work area and they found evidence that something wasn't quite right, like crack pipes and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But for all the time leading up to this, Sonia Farrak was high as a goddamn kite, day in, day out, while interacting with police and testifying in the court system.
She's a nice young lady.
Sending suspected drug users to jail based on data that she collected while gacked out of her mind. There was a couple ones where she was like, yeah, like there was this one day I took LSD and like I knew I wasn't like good to work on any, so I didn't do any of the drug reports. And they actually looked at her log and they're like, no, she actually did about 10 drug reports on that day. So she was on LSD just being...
The days got blurry there for a while. Anyway.
Guilty.
This is not very good for the Massachusetts court system. Now, all of the thousands of cases Sonia Farrak was involved in can be called into question because they involved an expert witness for the government who was absolutely not of sound mind when she testified. This news is only really making headlines now thanks to the fact that another Massachusetts drug chemist was recently found to have tampered with drug evidence over several years as well, prompting Massachusetts Attorney General Maura Healey to publish a very lengthy, very detailed report that you can go read for yourself if you want to lose complete faith in the criminal justice system.
I read most of it. It's a real trip.
A real hoot.
And Sonia Farag, she pled guilty in 2014 to several counts of tampering with evidence and drug possession. She served her 18 months in prison, and she's back out there in the world. Probably not working at any drug labs, but, she did her
she's
time.
She's got the skills to make it on her own.
Justice was served.
Yeah, it was like she went to college for that job, and then while she was there, she studied for her future job as a drug chemist on the streets.
Yeah. But moving on to more American absurdity. Imagine you've just boarded a flight and you notice that the passenger sitting next to you not only has dark hair and a beard,
That's why you shaved it.
but is also scribbling some foreign mumbo jumbo on a piece of paper. If you see something, say something. He could be planning the next 9/11 right in front of you.
Your beard makes so much sense now because you're flying to Hawaii this weekend.
Oh yeah,
There's no way you're gonna miss that trip.
be a nice little flight shave.
Yeah, they call it that now, a flight shave.
Yeah.
We have to do it. So anyways, this is exactly what happened on a recent flight that was scheduled to leave from Philadelphia to Syracuse, where a woman, described as blonde and in her 30s wearing flip-flop sandals, slipped a note to a flight attendant alerting the crew to the suspicious character sitting next to her, getting the man detained and the flight delayed for 2 hours. Only problem was, the dude was Guido Menzio, an award-winning Italian economist and professor at the University of Philadelphia. And the scary foreign messages he was writing down, just math problems he was working on. Basically a Sudoku for people that don't know what Sudoku is.
So, whoops! He was escorted off the plane, interrogated by what he described as an FBI-looking person.
I didn't do nothing.
Quickly determined that the whole thing was stupid, a misunderstanding. The plane eventually took off 2 hours late with Menzio on board, but not that blonde flip-flops lady who hopefully realized what a moron she is and decided to just stay off airplanes forever. What are you writing down there?
Hopefully they gave him first class.
I would hope so.
Do all the math problems you want. Speaking of mistaken identity, British fashion tycoon Michelle Mon recently gave a speech at a business conference in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. And when she saw this little guy in his cute little suit come up to greet her at the event, well, who could resist picking him up for a hug and a photo?
What a cute little guy.
Yeah.
Someone brought their kid to the conference.
Yeah, I'll give him a little hug.
Future business achievers of Vietnam.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out he's a full-grown man. Whoops!
Yeah.
It was initially reported that he's 46.
Yeah.
He's since taken to Facebook to prove that he's actually 22.
That's more offensive than what really happened.
Still, though, I don't think anyone can blame Michelle Mon for assuming that this guy was a 6-year-old child.
Yeah.
And, I mean, for her part, she owned up to it. She posted the photo to Twitter with the caption, "Most embarrassing moment. Speaking in Vietnam to 3,000 people, thought this was a 6-year-old. Picked him up. He's a man. See no evil monkey face."
Yeah, so I side with her. It's a mistake. Very awkward and funny mistake. But seriously, all the news reports saying that he was 46, that's more offensive.
Yeah, I was like, even, like, where's the fountain of youth this guy's eating from?
Couple missed chromosomes is my guess.
No one, they don't know, like, what his condition is. But
Cute as a Benjamin Button's disease.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could, like, he has a condition that I bet a lot of, like, child actors and child models probably wish they had. Like, I can just model these Gap clothes forever.
I already cut off my balls. What more do you want?
He's not a eunuch.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
anyways, we have to get to headlines because I gotta get out of here. I gotta catch a flight. So let's get into it. Headlines. Best headlines of the week that are real and came from real news outlets.
Bystanders break up bizarre scuffle between angry KKK members and black pro-Confederate activists.
Why were they fighting?
They're both different shades of wrong.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And all the pro-Confederates, they stepped in to help black pro-Confederate guy, and they're like, "Get out of here, KKK! You're on the wrong side of history."
Okay, so that
shows
which is really awkward and weird.
Yeah, this guy, he loves the Confederacy. He used to be like an NAACP chairman. Then he's like, you know what? The Confederacy was not racist.
The South will rise again.
The South will rise again.
Yeah.
They got a bad rep. So now he marches around in a Confederate uniform, and he's like, loves the stars and bars.
Good for him.
Good for him.
I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Dog bites man at party. Unknown person bites dog.
This happens
Is this
somewhere.
a retaliation?
They don't know. They don't.
Who bit who first?
Well, it was some guy having a house party for his birthday. Some drunk lady came over to the party. She was a house guest, but then she got in an argument with the birthday boy. And he was like, "You gotta go." And she's like, "No, I'm not leaving." He's like, "You gotta go." So he started escorting her out. But she had brought her pit bull to the party. So when the guy was escorting her out, the pit bull bit the birthday boy. And then a big scuffle happened. And someone bit the dog in retaliation. Both bites drew blood.
Well, they all sound like great people.
Yeah.
And fuck her for getting pit bulls, another bad rap that they don't need on their fucking sheet.
It's always the worst people who get these
When
dogs.
you look at a dog who is bad, look at the owner and kill them instead.
Yeah.
That's
I like that.
In the court of Ricky for the win.
Yes.
The owners are guilty.
You need to get a
Jun
court.
Jun.
You need to get a Judge Judy style court show.
He's tough but fair. It'll say that right
He's tough but fair, and he has his own twist on justice.
Listen, she's loving these drugs. Just let her go. It's fine. Yeah.
It's a lot more of a gamble for people to take their cases to the court of Ricky for the win.
You
Because
know,
they don't know.
You don't know what he's gonna do.
You really can't predict
Yeah.
how he's gonna feel about something.
This black pro-Confederate guy is causing much trouble.
Seems like he's having a good time.
I don't know. I think the whole thing's ironic. We should just let him do whatever he wants. Whatever. Dun dun. Let's move on.
A Florida headline. We haven't had one of these in a while.
Yeah.
Florida man shoots self, doesn't realize it until changing his shirt 3 days later.
What is the very small bullets or?
I don't know.
And why isn't he changing shirts for 3 days?
I think
In the court of Ricky for the win, he needs a shower.
the headline paints a picture of someone who does not have a very hygienic lifestyle, and if I'm gonna go out on a limb, probably is a little or a lot bigger than your average human.
Sure.
Doesn't have as many nerves.
Man, I lost 25 pounds in the last 2 days.
Yeah, he
blood just fountaining out of him.
Cleaning his gun like you do, leaving a bullet in the chamber like you do.
Yeah.
Perfectly safe. He tripped. It went off, and he's like, where'd it go?
Whoops.
And then, kept going, and then 3 days later, oh man, I really smell like a fucking asshole right now. I should change my shirt. Oh, there's a hole in there. Better go to a doctor.
I guess that'll
Never change Florida, man.
Yeah, you're great. Georgia mother mistakenly packs 4 Loco in high school daughter's lunch. It does look like a cool drink to have, like an Arizona iced tea almost.
That's what she thought it was.
Okay, there you go.
She thought it was either an Arizona or like an energy drink.
Yeah, moms hate them.
It's like it's gonna get worse with these root beer and ginger ale.
Oh yeah,
like beer
hard
cocktails.
root beer. I got your grandpa's old hard root beer.
Not your dad's root beer.
Yeah, not your dad's root beer. So that's gonna be great when kids are rolling up to school with that. Hey, that's malt liquor you have in there. Fuck you, coach. Coach. Well, in my school, coaches did teach like all the classes no one else wanted to.
Yeah, they generally do that.
Yeah. It's movie day again. I got a hangover.
So the book says you gotta do this. I'll be sitting in my chair.
Here's the teacher's manual. Go nuts.
I'll be browsing ESPN.com on the communal teacher computer.
We had a BBS back then.
A PBS?
The teacher BBS, bulletin board service. But even back then, it was like an email, but it was like almost like a chat room email.
Oh yeah,
Post
okay,
messages.
yeah.
I went to school in the 90s, so
You'll never know.
you won't know about
It's
it.
been
They buried
erased.
it. Yeah. Santa pleads guilty to child porn charge.
I knew Santa Claus was up to something,
Yeah.
crawling down those chimneys.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's he's a Santa, but he also is a big fucking pederast and has a big computer full of child porn.
It's terrifying.
And he's not the only. Apparently, the Santa group he's a part of local
it's just
Santas.
a NAMBLA. It's a branch of
Yeah,
NAMBLA.
he's not the first one.
If you're gonna take a job where you can touch little kids, you gotta be a Santa.
Yeah. So now, don't trust the Santas.
Now that I think about it, Santas are probably Easter bunnies too. Why would you go to a different agency to get an Easter bunny? It's just a guy in a suit.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take your kid to Santa.
Don't do that.
Addicts.
You know, now you can just green screen it in.
Ah. Here's something that lady in Massachusetts might have done if things got too extreme. Addicts turning to anti-diarrhea medication to get high.
No? How?
Imodium, the main ingredient, it slows down your intestine. It uses a very minor dose of an opiate to slow down your intestines so you don't spew shit everywhere.
So the intestines are just like getting rock solid and nasty because they're trying to...
No,
Get
you're
some
just
kind of,
lowering like the metabolism of your...
That's gotta be unhealthy. To take enough to make you actually feel the opiate.
Oh yeah, they had to take like 50 pills
Yeah.
in a day
Ugh.
to get a minor high.
Get out of here. Not you. Who are you? Bar owners in New York told they cannot deny service to pregnant women. What? Well, that's got to be a law that exists and not that anyone would frown upon.
Well,
would she order like a soda or something?
No, if they order alcohol,
You
they're
have to give it
visibly
to them?
pregnant, you have to give it to them. You are not allowed, and it conflicts with other laws that say if you contribute to, like, the death of or the whatever of an unborn child, like you're liable. So, I'd hate to be a bartender in a really irresponsible part of New York,
Yeah.
which is all of them.
They got strict laws for bartenders. I worked at Applebee's, as you do, and
Rule number 1. Use half a shot of alcohol for every 16-ounce cocktail.
if you served someone that was visibly drunk and they got into a car accident or something on the way home, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they say.
Yeah. Moving on, Texas voters approved new $62.8 million high school football stadium because why not?
It's all they have is high school football.
You gotta give them something.
And professional football and college football. But high
Yeah.
school football is important.
It's where they grow the eggs that hatch into these glorious eagles.
It's the most expensive high school sports arena stadium.
There's plenty
in
of
the
high
country.
schools that don't have a fraction of that money for the entire school.
I bet their theater and art departments are still in like those temporary trailers.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, we've only got 2 paintbrushes, so
And one color.
just
so
everyone share.
everyone get real creative. We're really gonna see who shines this time. Yeah.
Yeah, and this stadium was built 4 miles away from another.
school?
No,
Oh.
4 miles away from another stadium that previously was the most expensive
That
American
was just
high
a
school
dick
stadium.
measuring contest.
Yeah. So,
Fuck off.
good job, Texas.
Yeah, way to go, Texas.
Aging nudists are struggling to attract millennials to their way of life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Get over here.
That's not how they're like. It's a choice that they make, Elliot, and they're fine with their own bodies.
Look at me, I'm comfortable. Don't you wish you were as comfortable as me?
Flop, 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 flop. The problem is they're not old enough yet. I think that people always look at and they're like, I'm old, but whatever. I think that if you're gonna be a nudist, it's like a retirement thing. Like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm done working. I'm gonna go live out in this ranch way east of town or whatever, and just let my dick hang out.
Take
all the
this
other
job
old
and
people-
shove it. I'm going out to the nudist colony. Apparently, like, the people in this nudist thing, they've been in the same group since like the 60s, though. There used to be hundreds of them. Now there's like 40.
Well, they're all dying.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah.
how do we get the young people interested in our way of life?
It's a very risky way of life because you're just exposed to the elements.
They're like, it's not even a sexual thing. We just go, we look, we garden, and we read
Of course
magazines.
they do. And then a bee comes and stings your dick.
That
and then you
will
leave.
happen.
You leave the nudist colony.
That will
That's why
happen.
everyone's leaving. Imagine tripping and falling, scraping your dick up or your tits. My tits are all red. You know they got them long and saggies, those old people, kicking them around with their knees.
yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
I think the kids aren't joining because it's like a reminder of their own mortality.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I'm gonna look like that one day.
My balls are gonna hang by my knees.
I'm gonna go get naked with people my own age.
Yes. We got EDM now. It's fine. Basically a nudist colony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suspect arrested after 5 million bees stolen in Quebec. Bees remain missing.
There's one of them on your head right now.
Oh God, get it off me! Isn't this a problem? Like, don't they cut? Like, if this is a certain type of bee, they can like invade a local area and ruin their natural habitat and stuff.
In Australia, yes. I don't know.
No, they have it here too. Remember, like I mean, it's a very odd way to put it, but they have the African bees. Or
Oh, yeah,
whatever
yeah,
that
yeah.
came up from like Mexico, and
Yeah, the African
they're,
bees
like,
are real
very
bad.
angry.
Yeah, they don't make honey. They just fuck up everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what kind of bees these were. Apparently they're expensive.
yeah.
Bees are valuable. You can fetch a pretty penny for bees on the black bee market.
I would guess that Canadian bees are pretty friendly though.
Oh,
Sorry, bump
Stink,
it in.
sorry.
Sorry.
Hey, you mind if I take some of the pollen from this
Yeah, I'm
rosebud?
gonna go make some maple syrup. Stupid ass Canadians. Anyways, medical equipment crashes during heart procedure because of antivirus scan.
And
That
this-
damn John McAfee at it again, ruining
Yeah.
people's lives.
Yesterday or 2 days ago, we said robots were going to take over the surgery room. Probably not, as long
No.
as shit like this keeps happening.
Yeah.
It was an open heart surgery, and it was a piece of equipment monitoring some guy's like arteries, and it just a routine virus scan crashed the whole thing in mid-procedure. So the doctors just had to be like, "Well, we're gonna have to eyeball it." The guy was okay, but
I think pulls out like the jewelry magnifying thing.
yeah. Okay.
Let me just get in there, jumpstart this
Old
thing,
school. This is how I like it.
kickstart my heart. Man survives 9 hours trapped under thousands of tons of cheese. Did he eat his way out?
I wish.
I'm in heaven right now.
Oh!
Ooh!
We've got brie. We've got Gouda.
Just bring me some bread.
Ooh, a sharp cheddar. So sharp.
He's like, I don't know. There's mice that do that, right? Speedy Gonzalez didn't eat all the cheese, but he enjoyed it.
He ate his way out of a lot of situations. No,
He's friends with everyone.
This is actually terrifying. It was a warehouse, like a fucking Costco style.
Don't ruin
warehouse,
this for me.
Where all the cheese goes before they get sold, and like a domino effect of the things falling down happened.
I liked my version way better.
And this guy, he happened to be in one of those little golf carts, patrolling the aisles. He got trapped. The golf cart saved his life. Otherwise, it would have been death by cheese. Which is quite a way to go, I would say. I choose death by cheese. Ooh! Brie! Ooh! Gouda! Ooh! Platform 33 and a third! Harry Potter!
You know, Hermione Granger got caught up in she got caught up in the Panama Papers.
Oh! Does it have Boromir?
It's not even a real fucking name.
Is Dorotan?
All right, shut up. All right, shut up. Dogs serve beer at London's latest pop-up bar. At least they're not naked.
He'll bite your dick. You get naked. They're big German shepherds.
Yeah, then you got to go after the bar owner.
He's
in trouble.
It's a publicity stunt by Cronenberg, who makes 1664.
It's a good beer.
It's
fine.
as mediocre as anything else. And yeah, it's a little bar. You gotta schedule it in advance, but if you're in London, go down there and all you gotta do is go, and then the dog comes over, he's got one of those wooden canisters around his neck, you open it up, there's a new bottle of beer in it.
This is dumb.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
These are like all the dogs that couldn't fly the plane. They're like, I gotta go get a normal job.
Meanwhile, there's like 4 actual bartenders behind the bar, just like on their knees, like, all right, come back, dog. Reload.
What a fucking pathetic piece of shit.
Yeah.
I hate this goddamn art project.
Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Fucking dogs are living
And finally,
Las Vegas tourists soaked in zip-lining teenagers' urine. Woo! It's Fremont Street, Old Vegas.
yeah.
You're gonna get pissed on, and this is the way to get pissed on.
I will say that now that New Vegas totally sucks balls, I love going to Old Vegas. Not gonna walk under that fucking zip line anymore, but Old Vegas is king now.
Yeah.
Decent price hotel room, lovely people watching.
Yeah. And if you get on that zip line, just unzip.
Yeah, the unzip line.
The kid's parents apologized on his behalf.
You get out of here.
We are so sorry about our son pissing on everyone.
Is what his dad said as he lifted up the 3-yard-long margarita that he had attached to his neck.
It was one of those
guitars filled with
guitar
Jack.
garitas.
Filled with Jack and Coke.
Yes.
Blue, he's so sorry. Hey man, we all gotta go sometimes anyway. Doodly doo, and walks off into the.
Don't drink the daiquiris. You will regret it.
Yeah.
It is. You will feel like
Just
you got hit
don't
by a
go to
train.
Vegas.
Yeah, just don't go to Vegas. There's a lot of better ways.
All right,
to
guys.
vacation.
That is it for us this week. Check out Robo Doctor over here. There's robots. We already said it's a bad idea.
Robots switching out your organs, just moving the shit around.
Yeah, it's like Operation, but with a robot.
with
Actually,
your
robots
life.
would be good at that game.
Yeah, they would be.
Don't trust us. Anyways, also a band made a sex tape to promote their band. Or did
It's
they?
complicated. You're gonna have to watch the whole video to understand.
Mm-hmm.
And then, sorry, Mexicans that like memes, you're going to jail.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Sayonara. Adios.
That's not, yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Au revoir.